वेलकम टू वेदादि क्लासेस। वेदादि क्लासेस में आपका स्वागत है। टुडे वी विल स्टडी अबाउट द सम बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ केमिस्ट्री, सम बेसिक concept of chemistry. Today we will cover molarity, molality and normality. So let's start first molarity. So what the molarity is? So molarity, we can say molarity is equal to number of moles of solid upon volume of solution in liter. Volume of solution in liter. I told you about the earlier we have discussed about solution, and there must be two components. One is the solute, other will be solvent, just like this. So now, so molarity is number of moles of solid over volume of the solution in liter, or we can also say that number of moles can be written as given mass of solute upon molar mass into volume of the solution in liter. Or we can write here a given mass of solute divided by molar mass of solid into volume of solution in milliliter. 1000 is multiplied over here. So, or simply we can say molarity is equal to given mass is small w, molar mass is m, volume is v in a milliliter into 1000. So this is the formula of molarity. Got it? Now, what's about the next one is molality. Molality. So molarity is again the number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent. This time we have to write solvent, mass of the solvent in kilogram. Not the solution. This is not the mass of solution. There's two components we have A and B. One is the solute, other is the solvent, and the A plus B is solution. But here earlier we have taken the volume of solution, but here we will take mass of solvent. So you should keep in mind. Again we can expand it. Number of moles of solid is given is can be written as given mass upon molar mass into mass of solvent in gram into 1000. So given mass small w, molar mass capital W, mass of the capital W is the mass of solvent in gram into 1000. So this is your molality. Now, so we have one more thing, that is the normality. First we will study about one by one. पहले हम लोग एक एक करके पढ़ते हैं कि मोलालिटी क्या है, मोलारिटी क्या है, नॉर्मैलिटी क्या है, देन वी विल जस्ट इंटरलेट द थिंग्स. So normality is what? Normality is equal to number of gram equivalent weight of solute divided by volume of solution in liter. Number of gram equivalent is what? Mass of the solid in gram. Mass of the solute, that is in gram, upon equivalent weight, equivalent mass or the weight into volume of solution in milliliter into 1000. So mass is the small w, equivalent weight is the E, and the volume is V in a ml into 1000. So this is your normality. So these are the simple things. Now, but we have to understand what is the equivalent weight, what the equivalent mass or the equivalent weight. So first we will understand equivalent mass. Equivalent mass. So I just like to give you 3 cases. Case number first, for general compounds like calcium carbonate, and others. So how to find out the equivalent weight or the equivalent mass? So equivalent weight or the equivalent mass can be written as given mass, this is the molar mass upon what? N factor. So what the N factor is over here? N factor is what? So N factor we can say number of electron lose or gain. So suppose if you have the CaCO3, if you want to find out the equivalent mass of CaCO3 will get dissociate Ca2 plus CO3 2 minus. So it will either it will there will be loss of 2 electron or the gain of the 2 electron, means N factor is 2. Now find out the molecular mass of this or the molar mass, then 40 plus 12 plus 16 into 3. So it will be 100. So equivalent weight of CaCO3, it will be 100 divided by 2, it will come 50. Now we will discuss about the second case. Case number 2. For acids like HCl, HNO3, any one acid. If you want to find out the equivalent weight of that, so we use a term basicity. So what the basicity is? First we should understand basicity is what. So basicity is basically the number of H plus ion. So we can say number of displaceable H plus ion present in one molecule of the acid. Present in one molecule of an acid. Now, what the meaning of this? I just like to give some example, like HCl. So HCl will get dissociated into H plus Cl minus. H2SO4 will get dissociated into 2H plus SO4 2 minus. H3PO4 it will get dissociated 3H plus PO4 3 minus, like this. So in case of HCl, the basicity is 1 because there is one displaceable H plus ion. For H2SO4, its basicity will be 2 because it have 2 displaceable hydrogen H plus ion, the proton, and in case of H3PO4, this is 3. So the number of displaceable H plus ion in one molecule of H3PO4 is 3. So this is about the basicity. Now have a look here. If I'm just giving you one example, suppose you have to find out equivalent weight of H2SO4. H2SO4 equivalent weight. So what the formula will be? So equivalent weight will be molar mass, or simply equivalent weight of an acid. Will be molar mass upon basicity. Take the example of H2SO4. So equivalent weight of H2SO4, it will be molar mass of H2SO4. What the molar mass of H2SO4 is? 2 into 1 plus 32 plus 16 into 4, it will come 98. So the 98 divided by basicity is what? As we studied, the basicity, it have 2 replaceable hydrogen ion, so its basicity is 2. So divide it by 2, so you will get 49. So 49 is the equivalent weight of H2SO4. Now move to us the next one. Next one you have third one. For case number third. What we use the term case third for base, and for base we use a term acidity. So what's the acidity is? So the number of displaceable OH minus ion. Number of displaceable H plus OH minus ion in one molecule of base. Now, so it's a base acidity. So I just like to give some example, like NaOH. It will give you Na plus O plus OH minus. Calcium hydroxide, it is Ca2 plus 2 OH minus. AlOH whole thrice, aluminum hydroxide, it will be Al3 plus 3 OH minus. So since in case of first there is one OH minus, one displaceable OH minus, so its basis acidity is 1. In case of second is 2, so acidity is 2. In case of this one 3, then acidity is 3. Got it? Now suppose if you want to give the equivalent weight, so equivalent weight of a base, so it is equal to simply molar mass into acidity. So molar mass into acidity. So you just take the example of NaOH. So equivalent weight of NaOH, it will be molar mass of NaOH is what? So NaOH 23 plus 16 plus 1, it will come what? 639 23 16 1 6391 214 40. So is a 40 divided by, since its basicity is 1, so it will have equivalent weight of NaOH will be 40. So these are the concepts regarding normality. So now here the question arises from here, as in this case S3PO4. If I ask you the same, key in case of S3PO3, what will be the basicity? In case of S3 H3PO4 have basicity, you told that 3H plus PO4 3 minus, so it have the 3 replaceable displaceable hydro H plus ion, so its basicity is 3. But if I ask you about the same S3PO3, then what will you reply? So you will say the simply like, oh, it may be, it also is a 3 because it's a PO3 3 minus. It's not like this. How and why? Have a look here. So I just like to give the answer, so you will try to get it. Actually, the basicity in a phosphorus acid, phosphoric acid is according to the structure. So when you just write down the structure of H3PO4, H3PO4, so it will just like this. P double bond O, and how many O? OH, OH, and OH. So it have 3 displaceable hydrogen. So how many? 3 displaceable hydrogen. So is a 1, 2, 3, which is directly attached to the oxygen. So its basicity is 3. Now look, just think about H3PO3. So P double bond O, OH, how many oxygen? Only one more left, OH, and this is H. So how many hydrogen is directly attached to the oxygen? So you will find here only 2, 1, and this one 2. So it have only 2 displaceable hydrogen. So H3PO3 have only 2 displaceable hydrogen. So its basicity is, basicity will be 2, not 3. So you should keep in mind. This is very important question. If it comes, so you should give the answer. Now just move towards the next part. Next part is what? The relation between molarity and normality. Is there any relationship between molarity and normality? Then yes. So normality is equal to molarity into n factor. N factor is what? You can write here if the acid is, then its basicity, and if the base is, then its acidity. So this is the normality. Suppose if I just give you the example, like H2SO4 have a molarity is 2. Molarity is represented by this 2m. Is the molarity, capital M the molarity, a small m the molality. So you should also keep in mind. So molarity is equal to 2m. Find its normality. Normality will be what? So normality directly you can find out from here. Normality is equal to, molarity is what? Molarity is 2 into, now whatever I told you about the basicity of an acid. So it is a 2H plus SO4 2 minus. So its basicity is a 2. So just multiply it with the 2, then it comes 4, then 4n. Acha, I forgot to say you about the unit, how to represent the things. Now normality is represented in terms of n, whereas molarity simply we write m, then molality, and when you write capital M, so it is a molarity. So you should keep in mind, these are very important too. Okay, now so now what? So normality is equal to 4n. So accordingly you can find out. So you should keep in mind this formula. This formula is also very important. Now we have to interrelate the things. How have a look here. So suppose we have a solution. Its a molarity is suppose M1 and its a volume is V1. Okay. Now what happens? So if we change its volume, if we change its volume, suppose the volume comes whatever is now volume become V1 to V2 is an increased volume. Then what do you think? The concentration will increase or decrease? So whenever the volume is increased or the diluted, the solution is diluted, then the concentration will decrease. So this time is molarity will be M2. But the product of molarity and the volume will remain same. How? Have a look here. So suppose its molarity is M1 is 2m, 2 molar. V1 is suppose 500 ml. Now what I diluted it, so its volume becomes 1000 ml, and molarity is decreased from the concentration will decrease by dilution. So from 2 molar to it becomes 1 molar, so 1m. But what I told you, its product will remain same. It means M1 V1, the concept is just like this, you should keep in mind. M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. This thing you should keep in mind. Now how? Have a look here. If you want to prove over here, then in case of this, M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. M1 V1 is 2 into 500 is equal to 1 into 1000. So it's same. It is also 1000 and it also becomes 1000 unit. So the product of molarity and volume is same for the same solution. For same solution. Same solution. If the solution is the same. Suppose this is the H2SO4, then this is also the H2SO4, but it is diluted. That's it. Okay. So this is one relationship. Now have a look here. If you want to use the number of moles, so you can use any stoichiometric coefficient. So that's a different thing. Now, if what will happen if both are the this is for the same solution. Now we just give you one more example. Suppose this is same solution is now we take the different solution this time. Suppose this is both are the acid 1, acid 2. Now its concentration is M1, volume is V1, its concentration is M2 and the volume is V2. Both are the different, but both are the acids. Now what we will do, we will mix up in a container. This one, third one. So what will happen this time? So we will mix up, then this will be just like this. Now you have to find out, when you mix up now, the volume will be what? Volume, that's a V3 and it will be equal to the sum of the sum of the volume of the both of the solution. So V1 plus V2. But what's about the molarity? So M3 will be what? M3 will what and how will get it? So there is one more formula with the help of which you can find out relation, and that is M1 V1 plus M2 V2, that is equal to M3 V3. Now, V3 is easy to find out. Now, so because V3 is V1 plus V2. So this is one more formula you have. If you have to mix up two acid or the two bases, then if you will take one acid and one base, then what? If you take one acid and one base, then what? So this is one acid and this is one base. Whatever the molarity it will have, so it will be M1 V1, it's a M2 V2, and when you mix it, then volume will be V3, that will be equal to V1 plus V2. So what's about the molarity this time? So molarity this time will be what? How will you get it? So first you have to find out what? You have to find out the number of you have to find out the moles of each, and the total volume. Then you have to find out the new molarity. If they if one have the acid, one is the other is the base. Okay, so if the acid concentration is M1 V1 value is greater than base, then the solution will be basic and acidic. If the base's concentration and volume product is greater than acid, then the new solution molarity will be basic in nature. How this is so, we will discuss it when we solve the numerical. At that time it will be used. So in the similar manner, when you got the, as I told you, if you got the molarity, in the similar manner you can get the normality. How the normality can be obtained? So normality can be obtained in the same manner. So suppose this is the H2SO4 solution, and it's suppose this is the H2SO4 solution, and it's initially it's a molarity is M1 and the volume is V1. But when you dilute it, then it's a molarity volume becomes V2 and the molarity becomes M2. Sorry, what I'm writing. We are discussing about the normality. Normality. Already we discussed about the molarity. So normality. So N1 V1 and this is N2 V2. Got it? So how the product of this will remain same. N1 V1 is equal to N2 V2. And whatever the question they will ask from here, they will give you the volume of one, volume of both, and the normality of one. You have to find out the normality of other, or the volume of one and the normality of both. You have to find out the volume of other. So just this such type of question will ask related to this. Now again we have, I told you, if both are the acid, two acids or two bases. Two acids or two bases are there. So suppose both are the acid 1, acid 2, and its normality is N1, its volume is V1. Again this normality is N2 and the volume is V2, and we mix up this, and since what I told you, both are the acid, since both are the acid, then when you mix up it in, so volume V3 will be sum of V1 plus V2, as you know this. So how we just get the N3? So again we have the same formula, N1 V1 plus N2 V2 is equal to N3 V3. This is for when both are the acid or both are the bases. there will third condition will come when one is the acid, one is acid, other is base, and we add it, then as some extent they will neutralize it through each other. Nah, they will try to neutralize to each other, and which will be the which will have more gram equivalent weight. We'll discuss about the gram equivalent weight. So that will have that type of the if if the gram equivalent weight is more of acid, then it will be acidic in nature. If the gram equivalent is base, then basic in nature. If the gram equivalent both is the same, then they will neutralize to each other. Nah? So we'll discuss about such type of the questions too. So this is related to molarity, molality, and normality. Now we will discuss such type of the question and the next time. Now we will also discuss. Let's discuss about some more thing, or let's complete its a little bit numerical part as well. So this part will finished. Here I'm just giving the question. The question is just from NCERT only. So NCERT it have the question: calculate the molarity. Calculate the molarity of NaOH in the solution prepared by dissolving its 4 gram in enough water to form 250 ml of the solution. So let's say during solving the numerical, you should keep in mind, first write down the values which are given. Now whatever the values they are given, so whatever you want to find out, you will get it very. So you want to find out molarity, and for that they have given you mass and the volume of the solution. So mass, given mass of NaOH, they have given you 4 gram, and the volume of solution, they have given you 250 ml. 250 ml. So first, what you have to do? You have to find out what the formula of the molarity. So molarity is number of moles, means given mass, upon molar mass into volume of solution in milliliter into 1000. This is the direct formula. Use the direct formula over here. So molar mass, first find out the molar mass of NaOH. As molar mass of NaOH 23 plus 16 plus 1, it will come 40. So given mass is what? Given mass is 4 gram. 4 molar mass is 40. Volume of the solution is 250 into 1000. So you just 25 4 ja, 4 10 ja, means 4 by 10, and that is equal to 0.4 m. So this is the molarity. This is simple answer. So such type of the question will ask Cbse. Now let's move to ask some more question. And the question is, wait, here I just like to some more question related to molarity and normality. Okay, let's solve some question. I'm just giving you some question. A solution of oxalic acid. Oxalic acid is prepared by dissolving 0.63 gram of the acid in 250 centimeter cube of the solution. Calculate what you have to calculate. Molarity, and second you have to calculate normality. So how you will solve such type of the question? So oxalic acid is what? First you should know oxalic acid. Oxalic acid is basically COOH dot 2H2O. So this you should know. Now what they have given mass they have given, and they have given the volume. So given mass is what? Is a 0.63 gram, and the volume of the solution, they have given what? 250 centimeter cube is the milliliter. So milliliter, that's it. First find out the molar mass of oxalic acid. So molar mass is what? 2 carbon, then 12 into 2 plus how many hydrogen? Oxygen is what? 2, 4 to 6, then 6 into 16 plus hydrogen is 2 to 4 into 1, isn't it? 2 carbon, 6 hydrogen, and 4 6 2 to the 4 1 6 hydrogen is over here. 6 hydrogen. So when you solve this, so you will get near 126 gram per mole. So this is the molar mass. So what the formula you have for the molarity? Again I want to repeat that. Molarity is equal to given mass upon molar mass into volume in milliliter into 1000, just like this. Put the values. Given mass 0.63 divided molar mass 126 into 1000 divided by volume is 250. Now solve it. So when you solve it, then what? It will come 2 upon 100, and the 2 upon 100 is equal to 0.02 mole per liter. So this is the molarity of the solution. Molarity of the solid. Now second part you have to solve normality. So normality is what? Normality, for the normality you have to find out equivalent mass or equivalent weight. So let's find out equivalent mass of oxalic acid. So this is what? Molar mass upon for the acid there is a term we use, basicity. So molar mass of oxalic acid, as you got it, 126, and divided by basicity is what? A number of replaceable hydrogen which is attached to the oxygen. It is the crystallized form, so we don't consider this one. So it have 2 replaceable hydrogen in this case of oxalic acid. So we put over here 2, so it will come 63. So this is the equivalent mass. Now normality, what the formula of the normality? Normality of the formula is the given mass upon equivalent mass into volume in milliliter into 1000. Given mass, as you know, 0.63, equivalent weight you got 63, into volume 250 into 1000. Now, so this is the thing. Now you have to solve it, remove the decimal, so it will come 100 over here, 10 10 10 3 0 is cancelled. Now then 63 is cancelled, so 1 by 25, it will come 1 by 25, so 0.04, this is gram equivalent per liter. So this is the normality. We can also find out the normality directly. How? Have a look here. Normality, we have normality is equal to molarity into n factor. Here the acid, so we will use the basicity. Molarity, how much molarity got it? We got 0.02 molarity. Nah? And basicity of oxalic acid is 2. So directly is the answer is 0.04 n. So this is, you solve it. This is the way we solve it. So it can be solved very easily. Now let's take some more question. Today we'll just do only these 3 types of the question. So here the question is from NCERT only, and it is the density of 3m solution of NaCl. NaCl is 1.25 gram per milliliter. Calculate the molality of the solution. Calculate the molality of the solution. So in this time you have to calculate the molality, but they have also given the molarity and density. So what? How will you just do it? For the molality, if you remember, for molality, what the formula of the molality? So molality is equal to number of moles of solid, upon mass of solvent in kilogram. Mass of solvent in kilogram, or we can say simply given mass upon molar mass into mass of the solvent in gram into 1000. So this is the formula we have about the molality. So what you need? They have not the given they have given you the number of moles. Yes, number of moles you can obtain by 3m. So it is molarity 3m solution, then 3 moles per liter, 3 mole per liter. So the number of moles you can obtain over here, 3 mole. But what about the mass of the solvent? So mass of the solvent you don't know. So how will you get the idea? Okay, what will be the mass of the solvent? Acha, now here one thing you can do. If you want to find out the mass of 1 liter of the solution, mass of 1 liter of the solution, will what? Acha, we have relationship density is equal to mass upon volume. So mass is equal to density into volume. So you can write here density into volume. Density is what? 1 liter. For 1 liter 1000 ml into volume, and the density they have given 1.25 gram per milliliter. So when you solve it, it will come 1250 gram. So 1250 gram. So this is a mass of 1 liter solution. Now what's about the mass of 3 mole of the solid? So mass of, this is 3m, 3 molar. So mass of 3 moles of solid. So mass of this is what? Solution. and this is solute. So when you get the solution and solute, you can find out the solvent. The solvent is equal to solution minus solvent. Now because we have the formula solute plus solvent is equal to solution. So when you obtain the solution and the solute, you can get the solvent, and the mass of solvent will be solution minus solute. Now, so mass of the 3 moles of solid. So 3 moles solute is what? NaCl. NaCl have the 3 mole, and for 1 mole NaCl is the NaCl. NaCl is 23 plus 35.5 means 58.5. So 58.5. So when you multiply it, you will get what? You will get near about 175.5 gram. So what you got? What you obtained? You obtained the mass of the solution and mass of 3 moles of solid. Now you need mass of solvent. So what you will do? So mass of solvent is equal to mass of solution minus mass of solid, and mass of solution is what? You got 1250. 1250 minus is a 175.5. So when you subtract it, you will get 1.0745. This is in kilogram. Nah? So simply you can put the value in the formula over here. Directly you can use. So number of moles 3 divided by mass of the solvent. How much you got? So mass of the solvent you got 1.0745. So 1.0745. When you solve it, whatever will come, that will be your answer. And when you solve it, it will come 2.79 mole per kilogram. So this is your answer. Or simply we can say 2.79 molar. What do you say? 2.79 molar. So this is very good question. So such type of the question they can ask you. Now we will solve some question related to relationship M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2, just like this. So I got some question from book. Here is the question. The concentrated HCl contain 38% of HCl by mass. So you have to find out what is the molarity of the solution. Molarity of solution will be what? And density they have given. Density they have given is equal to 1.19 gram per centimeter cube. And second, you have to find what volume of conc HCl is required to make 1 liter of 0.10 m HCl. So this is very good question. So first we will walk over the molarity. So for that, 38% of HCl. 38% of HCl. It means 38 gram of HCl present in 100 gram of solution. So you should keep in mind, if the percent is somewhat different, so you have to understand accordingly. So you got the mass. Now molar mass. Find out the things which you can obtain easily. So 1 plus 35.5, that is 36.5. So this is your molar mass. Now is a mass given mass you got, molar mass you got, it means number of moles you can find out. Now volume. For molarity you also need volume. So for the volume, mass of the solution is given. Mass of the solution is given, density is given. So you can find out the volume of the solution. So volume of the solution, density is equal to mass by volume. So volume is equal to mass by density. So mass is what? Mass of the solution 100 gram in 38%. 38% of HCl. It means 100 gram of solution is present over there. So 100 gram divided by molar what? Density. Density is 1.19. So when you solve it, you will get the volume, and the volume will be 84.03 centimeter cube. Now, so put the formula, and you will get the answer. So molarity will be given mass upon molar mass into volume in milliliter into 1000. So given mass is what? 38, molar mass 36.5 into volume you obtained 84.03 into 1000. This is the concept you have. When you put all the values, it will come 12.38 m, and this is your answer. So you got the answer of the first part, molarity. Now what? Now you have to get what volume of the concentrated HCl is required to make 1 liter of 0.1 m HCl. Acha. So have a look here. Molarity we got. Now the molarity of the solution we got. So the question is just what the question is asking. Suppose what the molarity got is M1 is the molarity, and how much volume you will you have to mix up, you have to dilute that, na? So what volume of the concentrated acetate is required? What volume of the concentrated HCl is required to make 1 liter of 0.01 m HCl? Okay. So volume of this one you don't know. Molarity you know, you got the molarity. So M1 you got 12.38. V1 you don't know, which you have to find out. So what finally it will form? So it will finally form molarity M2 and V2. So finally molarity is given, that is 0.10 m, and the volume, final volume of you obtain is a 1 liter. So you have to tell me what volume of HCl is required to make this much solution of 1 liter solution of 0.1 m of HCl. So you need this one. So you have to use the formula directly. M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. Put the values. 12.38 into V1 is equal to 0.10 into 1. So V1 is equal to V1 unit. V1 is equal to 0.10 or 0.1 or the 0.10 divided by 12.38. So it will come if you want it in the milliliter, so you have to multiply it with the 1000. So it will come in centimeter cube. So your answer will be 8.1 centimeter cube. So this is your answer. So you have to use this method directly. Now, I just like to explain one more question, which is very important. I got it from the book. So calculate the molarities and normalities of the solution obtained on mixing. Now calculate the molarities and normalities of the solution obtained on mixing. So what the first question is 100 ml of 0.2 m H2SO4 with 50 ml of 0.1 m SCl. So this is the first question. No? So how you just solve this question? So molarity, you have to find out both the things, molarity and normality. Molarities and normalities. So first you have to find out the number of moles in this case and number of moles in this case. So number of moles in this case will be given number of moles you have to find out now. So you have the formula molarity is equal to number of moles upon volume of solution. Na? So in a milliliter into 1000, just like this. So you have to find out the number of moles. So number of moles is equal to what? So number of moles will be molarity into volume of solution in milliliter divided by molarity volume of the solution in milliliter divided by 100. No? Divided by 100. So 100 ml na? I am right. So it will be molarity 0.2 and the volume of the solution molarity is 0.2 into volume of the solution is what the volume of the solution 100 ml. This is 1000, sorry, this is 1000 divided by 1000. Okay, so it will solve. In this case the number of moles will be 0.02 mole, and this case number of mole will be it will be 0.1 into 50 divided by 1000, and it will come when you solve this, then it will come what? 0.005 mole. 0.005 mole mol. So now you got you have the two solution number 1 over here and solution number 2 over here, and both are the acid, and this is now, and we mix up and you have to find out the volume of resultant volume, isn't it? Resultant molarity. So total volume is what? Total volume is 100 ml and 50 ml. 150 ml. Total number of moles you have, so you can find out the molarity. So molarity of the solution is equal to total number of moles. So total number of moles is what? 0.02 plus 0.005 divided by total volume. So first volume is what they have given, the first volume 100 ml total volume is equal to 100 ml plus 50 ml, that is equal to 150 ml and convert it into liter, then divide it by 1000, so it will come 0.150 liter. So it's a 0.150 liter. So total number of moles, it will be equal to 0.025 divided by 0.150. So moles upon volume of the solution in liter. So this is the molarity of the resultant solution. So when you solve this, that will be answer, and when you solve it, it will come 0.167 m. So this is your answer. But now have a look here. This is molarity. Then how you just find out the normality? To find out the normality, we have what? We have to find out number of gram equivalent weight divided by volume of solution in a liter. So volume of the solution, as you know, the volume in the total volume comes. Total volume is already we have 0.150 liter. 0.150 liter. Now number of gram equivalent weight, how will get it? Here the question is, how will get the number of gram equivalent weight? So number of gram equivalent weight is what? Number of gram equivalent weight is simply the moles, number of gram equivalent weight is equal to number of moles upon equivalent weight, isn't it? So there is one more easy way I want to explain, but here for the resultant you have to follow the stepwise. So number of moles of gram in the case of first case, in first case you have H2SO4. So number of moles, we already get it. Number of moles of H2SO4 is 0.2, and number of moles of HCl is 0.005. So wait a second. So number of moles of H2SO4 you got 0.02. And equivalent weight of H2SO4 is what? Molar mass H2SO4 is 98 divided by 2, that's a 49. So this will a little bit complicated, I think. Make it as more simpler. Make it more simpler. Simpler is what? Simpler is just like this. One thing though, you get it, the total volume is okay. So if you want find, if you will get the gram equivalent, how you can get the gram equivalent? So normality is equal to molarity into basicity for an acid, and for an base it will be acidity. So suppose whatever comes the number of moles, if you multiply with the basicity, whatever will come with the number of moles, if you multiply with the basicity or the acidity, so that will be it's a gram equivalent. So number in case of H2SO4 number of moles is 0.02, and it's a basicity. H2SO4 have a basicity is 2. So multiply it with the 2, then you will get 0.04. This is the gram equivalent weight, you get it. And this is simply for HCl. So its a number of moles is 0.005 mole, and when you multiply it with the HCl have the basicity 1. So 1. So it will 0.005 gram equivalent. Now so total total gram equivalent will be equal to the sum up will be, it will come 0.045 gram equivalent. Now, so total number of gram equivalent weight 0.045 divided by volume of solution in liter 0.150, and when you solve this, then it will come 0.3 N, and this is the resultant concentration for the solution when both are the acids. But what when both are one is the acid and one be the base, so what will happen in that case? And what will happen? One is the molarity, other is the normality. So first I would just like to give you one question in which 100 ml of 0.1 m H2SO4 with 50 ml of 0.1 m NaOH. Now in this case what will happen? One is the acid, other is the base. One is the acid, other is the base, and as you know, the acid plus base, it will try to neutralize each other. So how will you get the thing? Before that, I would just like to give you some more thing. So as you solve this question just like this, we have one move. Calculate the molarities and normalities of this much H2SO4 with 50 ml of 0.1 MSCl. There's one more way. The formula, if you remember, the formula I told you, what? The formula I told you, M1V1 plus M2V2 is equal to M3V3. Okay. So M1 they have already given. M1 this is for the first case, this question only. M1 is 0.2 and V1 is 100. 0.2 into 100 plus again for this one M1 is M2 is 0.1 m and volume is 50. So 0.1 m into volume is 50. So M3 total volume you got, total volume 100 plus 50. So V3 you got 100 plus 50 into M3 you have to obtain. So you have to obtain the M3. So this is the simplest way. You have to do nothing. Use this formula only directly. So M3 will be what? M3 will be 0.21. Wait. Remove the decimal. 10. Remove the decimal. 10. 0. So it will be 20 plus 5 is equal to 150 into M3. Then M3 will be 25 divided by 150. This is 25 divided by 150 only. So I am correct? Yeah. 25 divided by 150. So it will come 0.167 m. So this is the directly you can use this formula. So this is also very good thing, good process. And if you want to know the normality, so you can use the same thing. Normality if you want to get, then how you just get the normality? So N1V1 plus N2V2 is equal to N3V3. So as you know, for the 0.2 m H2SO4 and 0.4 m H2SO4. So you have to solve accordingly. Just find out the normality by using the formula. Normality is equal to molarity into acidity or basicity. So find out the normality from here. Put over here volume is the same, and you will get the N3. Now just move towards the second question. So this is the last time the question I'm explaining. So the question is 100 ml of 0.1 m H2SO4 and the with 50 ml of 0.1 m NaOH. So 100 ml of this question cannot be solved with the help of N1 V1 is equal to N2 M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2 is equal to M3 V3. So M1 V1 plus M2 V2 is equal to M3 V3. You can't apply over here because one is the acid, other is the base. So they will neutralize each other. So first you have to find out the equivalent weight of each other. Equivalent weight you will get, then you can easily find out the what. First find out this one and this one. Two we have 100 ml of 0.m H2SO4. So gram equivalent weight, gram. First number of moles you can get, number of moles, as we studied earlier, number of moles is, in this case will be 0.1 into 100 divided by 1000, and in this case number of moles is equal to it will be 0.1 upon into 50 upon 1000. So it will become 0.01 mole, and it will become 0.005 mole. And again this is a basicity of H2SO4 is 2, so multiply it. When you multiply it 2, so you will get the gram equivalent. This is equal to 0.01 into 2, that is equal to 0.02. No, 0.001, then 0.02. Okay, the similar this one case, it's a basicity is 1 or acidity is 1 only. So gram equivalent weight, gram equivalent will be 0.005 only into 1, that is 0.005 only. So this is this much gram equivalent you can find out. Now this is greater and which is lesser first. So 0.005 gram is lesser one, this is greater one. So it means the solution will be acidic in nature, whose concentration is more. So the nature of the resultant will be the same. So now how much? So if they will react, so how much will be unreacted? So unreacted solution will be unreacted. This solution will be what? 0.02 minus 0.005. So it will be 0.015 gram equivalent. So you got this is unreacted solution or resultant solution. This is the gram equivalent weight of the resultant solution. Total volume will be 100 plus 50. So 100 plus 50 is equal to 150 ml. If you convert it into liter, so it will come 0.150 liter. So you have the total volume, total gram equivalent. So you can find out the normality. So normality will be what? So normality will be equal to gram equivalent weight. So gram equivalent weight you got 0.015 gram equivalent for the unreacted solution or the resultant solution, divided by total volume will remain same, so 1.150. So when you solve this, so you will get 0.1 n. So this is the normality. And if you want to find out the molarity, then you have this formula you have to use. Normality is equal molarity into acid or base. So molarity will be since it is acidic in nature, because acid is more over here, acid is more and base is less, so the solution will be acidic in nature. So molarity will be normality upon basicity. Since it is acidic in nature, so it's basicity. Nah. So basicity is what? So what's about the basicity? So basicity of H2SO4 is, we know, 2. So normality is 0.1 divided by 2. So it will come 0.05 m. So such type of the question will ask to you. One type of the question is what? One type of the question is both are the acids. Both are the acids. Nah. So how will you find out the resultant? So there is one traditional way. Find out the number of moles each. Nah. And find out the total volume. Then find out the molarity in the similar way. Or you can use this formula directly. M1 V1 plus M2 V2 is equal to M2 V3. So you can also get the answer directly from here. Nah. And normality, for the normality you have to find out the gram equivalent. So gram equivalent by multiplying number of moles to the basicity or acidity. So you will get the gram equivalent, and put the values in the equation. You will get the normality. Or you can use the same N1 V1 plus N2 V2 is equal to N3 V3. Now for that you have to find out the normality of both by using the formula. Normality is equal to what? Normality is equal to molarity into acid or basicity. So and second type of the question, one will be the acid, one will be the base. Now, so in this case, first you have to find out the gram equivalent of both. Find out the gram equivalent of both, and which will more subtract the less to that one, and just see which is more. In this case, acid is more, so the resultant gram equivalent is considered to be acidic, and you can find out the normality. So gram equivalent upon total volume of the solution will be same, and once you will get the normality, use this formula, you will get the molarity as well. So more or less we have covered all the types of the question from molality, molarity and normality. Now the video is long now. So in the next video we will try to cover the other topics of some basic concept of chemistry. Till then, take care of yourself and goodbye.